Hey Leo, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my channel. And if you're new here, thanks for checking out this video. This is going to be a general reading for the zodiac sign of Leo, be your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, of course, if that applies. I believe there's a lot of planets that have recently moved into Leo, like maybe Mars and Venus. I don't know, I could be wrong, but anyway. I hope you're doing well. If this doesn't resonate for you, which it won't for every single Leo, check out some of your other placements. And maybe you will find a story more appropriate and confirming, validating to your situation. So, some of you have been making a lot of progress recently on a situation, like on I hate to keep saying like internal or like self, searching sort of situation, but some of you have been making a lot of progress on kind of uncovering something that has been sort of this like monster like in your mind, or this like looming like thing in your mind that may have only existed there and not necessarily in real life. But it's like it maybe it's even like a flaw you have, or a mindset that you have, or just something about yourself that you don't like, whatever that means to you, like some sort of habit or some aspect of your personality or something about how you do things that you don't particularly like, and it's been like this sort of giant to defeat for you. Like it's been this like this, it's a personal to you is what I'm saying. I don't think it's this external like problem you've been trying to overcome. It's some sort of self-improvement, something that you've been trying to overcome, and it's your own like giant that you've had to defeat here. But you're making like a lot of progress on that. Like some of you are your determination is paying off, and in some respects, some of you may have even had to have humbled yourself a little bit to kind of accomplish this. Like you may have had to maybe admit something, even if it was just to yourself, that that may have been hard for you to admit. You know, yeah, I guess that's all I can say. Some of you may have had to like found yourself a little bit humbled by what you discovered in this pursuit to kind of overcome this thing that was holding you back from being, the best you can be. And I think that like with Leo, Leo's always striving for that. Like Leo's always, striving to be better, to be the best even. And I think that whatever you've kind of, had to look inward to discover here has sort of, like I said, you've done a good job. I see a lot of progress being made on it, but I think it surprised you maybe a little bit. Some of you could be dealing with an earth sign here. I've got a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, male could be significant in your situation. Or some of you, because of this, personality flaw or, character defect or whatever you've been working on, it's leveled you up in some way. It's brought some more stability into your life and allowed you to succeed more on a financial level, on a, feel a little bit more stable on the home front for some of you. Let's see. Yeah, for some of you, this could have to do with owning your own business or an enterprise you wanted to start like on your own, something that you wanted to. For some of you, it's even your own insecurities that you've had to get over, and it's not a situation where you've had to necessarily humble yourself, but you've had to realize that you had a lot more insecurities than you thought you did. And you've kind of had to get over that in order to boss up to what you've wanted to do here. Some of you could be spiritual workers, healers in some aspects. Some of you could be therapists here, or even doctors, something in the medical industry, something where you help people. Or that's your goal. That's what you've been working towards. And needing to be more of an authority in your role in whatever you do here. Take more authority to be able to help people more. Yeah, for some of you, it's a feeling of like trying to discern how to not let people have access to you in certain ways to keep you from feeling off balance. Like I said, there's an element of insecurity here. So for example, if you're like an influencer, or you have some sort of business that's in the public eye, or something where like even just crossing over, like for example, you work in counseling, you work in therapy, and you're trying to like create an online presence to help people. It's a feeling of like, how do I know how to balance letting people have access to me but not have like my personal information? How to still keep things hidden here? Like there's a feeling of being imbalanced because of that, or feeling a little bit like you don't have a firm grasp on things, because it's like, okay, I'm going to put myself out there for some of you becoming more popular in some way, or some of you finding some more stability in this thing that you're pursuing. And like I said, it's maybe going into business for yourself as a somebody who works in the healing arts, somebody who works in the therapy and social work, things like that, even in the medical field. It's like going into business for yourself, or accepting a more prominent role in what you're doing, but how to keep yourself protected in some respects, like how to not let people have full access to you but still be accessible, how to not be off balance and still keep certain things hidden, but still be able to be, out there in the world, to still be able to participate in the way that you want to participate, to put the information out there that you want to put out there, to be seen, to be successful. How do you balance out what to allow people to see and to not allow them to see? So hopefully that makes sense. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you are, on social media, or, doing, it could be in any aspect of your life. Like I said, some of you may have just taken a position that's going to require a little bit more attention being paid to you. And how do you still remain accessible, but not, but not too accessible? Some of you are really working towards accomplishing something big, though. Like I said, and it looks like the obstacles here was something overcoming within yourself to make this accomplishment. Now, some of you could be dealing with an air sign here, or you have a lot of air in your chart, but it's almost like you had to overcome this insecurity or whatever this was that was holding you back, and step more into a logical frame of mind as opposed to an emotional one. To come from a place of logic and more business minded, in investing in things, like looking at things from not such a personal aspect, but a more like logical, sharp-minded aspect in how you were going to, proceed in a way to, gain more financial stability here. Yeah, and for some of you, it's like you have a lot of support here. You have a good you have solidarity amongst friends, or for some of you it might be amongst colleagues here, that there's something to to celebrate about what it is that you are, about, whatever it is that you're investing your time and you stepped up your logic to be more discerning about how to like harvest at the right time, if that makes sense. And it's going to bring you a lot of joy and a lot of encouragement that you're on the right path, that you've made the right decision about whatever it is that you are doing here. Yeah, for some of you though, there could be other people around you that there's still an element of anxiety. Like I see a new kind of anxiety coming in. I feel like this internal thing that you've overcome here, and it's kind of pushed you into kind of going after this pursuit, right? It's good. It's really good. But with every like leveling up, with every accomplishment, there comes a new set of, there's going to be new obstacles. There's always going to be more. We're never finished. And it's like there may be, coming up for you a situation that is going to feel a little bit scary in some aspects because of you may have to take action when you're not ready. You may have to be a little bit more bold and a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more confident, is what I'm seeing, in your own abilities and your connection with whatever it is that you believe in or that you rely on, or whatever institution for some of you you're a part of. Said whatever you do for work here, you may have to still find that you're going to have to be even more bold or even a little bit more confident than, like, it may be that what you were dealing with before was really not that big of a deal. Like there may be, and not to scare any of you, but it's like you need to be prepared that there may still be, because of a decision that you've made here, you have a lot of support, you have a lot of, people that are going to celebrate that. You may find that it creates another set of problems, if that makes sense. That you may have to take swift action, be bold and confident in your discernment abilities, in your intuition, in your connection with the universe or God or your spirit guides or whoever, to take swift action against here. So I don't know who that resonates for, and hopefully that makes sense for somebody. But it's like you're out of the clear with this sort of thing that you've been working on personally, and trying to figure out how to maneuver through your own insecurities and to take this step into becoming more of an authority in your life here and what you're pursuing, and it's an amazing accomplishment for whatever it is here. But there's another level to this scenario that you just need to be aware of. And for some of you, that you're not sabotaging your own efforts by being too impulsive. For some of you, it's a situation where you're going to need to be more confident, and for some of you, you need to be careful that you don't sabotage things for yourself by being overly confident or overly bold in a situation. Like don't burn any bridges with like higher ups, or don't step on the wrong toes with a set institution, for whatever that is, a corporation you work for, whatever that could mean to you, whatever set institution is there. Be careful that you're not, burning that down somehow. And for some of you, you could be burning it down in a good way. You're just going to have to figure out how that means for you. Some of you, it's a warning to be careful not to sabotage something. For some of you, you're going to be, shaking things up in a good way. You're going to be bringing an end to something that is, is a good thing, but it may not feel good at the time. It may feel like it may be very anxiety inducing at the time. Okay, Leo, I'm going to try to grab a couple more cards here and then we will close this out. Yeah, it absolutely has to do with work. It has to do with the skill that you have. This is confirmation that whatever it is you're doing, you're very skilled. Some of you could be, like I said, you could be work in the spiritual community. It could be tarot readers, palm readers, Akashic record readers, whatever it is that you're doing here, you're very skilled at. Yeah. And it's going to bring you there's a lot of good here. For some of you, it's how some of you, like I said, you work with children in some aspect, or you're helping people heal in some aspect here. You're very skilled at that. And, whatever you've overcome for yourself to move in this direction, you're doing an amazing job. You're taking authority over this. You're figuring out how to, be more accessible, but not entirely, accessible. It's a big occurrence in your life right now. For some of you, you are in the public eye. For some of you, you are, being seen in a huge way, but you're still being encouraged to use your discernment, to stay in your logical mind, to know the right times to act, to know the right times to celebrate, to still make good choices, because there may still be an obstacle here for you that's either going to require you to continue to be confident and bold, or, be careful not to be too impulsive to sabotage something. But for some of you, this is a necessary sabotage, and it involves work and your life's mission here. And, like I said, it's either helping people or helping children or helping yourself. But yeah, you are, some of you are on a very noble mission. That's what I want to say. And I'm going to leave it at that, Leo. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.